Good morning from beautiful Idaho. It is a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
Especially if you're going to be doing what we're going to be doing today. We are going fly fishing, folks, and we're going to bring you along. Today is day number 1, and we're here with Mr. Colin Coles, aka the Fish Whisperer. You like that name, don't you?
Yeah, right.
You like that. I'm going to get you a hat that says the Fish Whisperer. You know,
Okay.
that'll be your Christmas present. So we're going today. We are going to the St. Joe River, and I'm not allowed to tell you where on the St. Joe River, but I will tell you that it's not too far from Avery. I can tell people that, right?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. We're not too I got to be careful or I might end up on the bottom of the river. So you've been going fishing there for 50 years?
Yep.
50 years at this particular campground?
Yeah, more or less.
Really? Now, have you seen the campground change over the years?
Not much. Some of the trees have gotten bigger, but
You've changed over the years,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
We all have. But I'm excited. You know, like I was telling you last night at dinner, I'm kind of new to this sport. I don't even know if you call it a sport as much as an art. You
Yeah.
know? I
fly
mean,
fishing is an art.
it's an art, and I'm hoping to catch a big one. I've only caught one little trout since I've learned to try trout fish or fly fish, and that was down in Silver Creek. But I'm hoping we land a big one that I can like change my Facebook profile picture.
Should be able to.
You know, so we should get some good pictures. Or good video and pictures. I'd assume you're from this area.
Yeah, more or less.
And you've been fishing this spot for 50 years. Can you even imagine how many fish you've caught in this spot?
A few.
You told me you caught 150 in a day?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
It was like every time you cast out,
just about.
right? So we're going to be out of range of all cell service and everything, aren't we?
Yeah.
And weather's going to be in the 60s, low 70s, 50 at night. We'll have a campfire.
About as close to heaven as you can get.
As close to heaven as you can get. So I'm going to get a jump start. You're going to go and wait for your beautiful wife Holly to wake up, and I'm going to hit the road, folks, and I'm going to stop at a couple places along the way and share with you. You told me I should stop in Avery and see the jail.
No, see, well, the old jail's there, plus the old train station and some train cars.
Oh, fantastic. All right, sounds good. All right, folks, so listen, this is day number 1, and we're going to have the better part of at least 3 days, maybe 4 days of fishing on the St. Joe, and we're going to bring you along. It should be fun, don't you think?
I think it'll be wonderful.
All right, there'll be a total of 4 of us.
Yep.
Right, sounds good. All right, folks, let's go fishing. I am probably about 30 minutes outside of St. Mary's on the way up the St. Joe River. And I wanted to stop and give you a beautiful view here. Folks, this is spectacular. It really is. This is gorgeous country. And there would be the St. Joe River right there. You can see an old, that looks like a rail line bridge going across the river. But this is just going to be absolutely wonderful. And just right across the river, you can see there's some folks that are camping, very similar to what we're going to be doing for the next 3 or 4 nights. So it really is a wonderful drive, and I'm going to try to share some of it with you. As I do, I'll stick the camera out the window and maybe give you a little bit of music as I drive along on my way up the St. Joe, and still have a better part of an hour and a half ride ahead of me. But let's go and see this beautiful part of the world. what a drive. What a beautiful, beautiful drive. And the St. Joe River is such a meandering, tranquil river. It's just really, really beautiful, and there's no problem seeing why Colin has been coming here for 50 years. So I got to be careful not to miss the campground. It should be not too far ahead, and I'll keep it a secret as far as which campground it is. But there's no shortage of campgrounds coming up the river. Oh, this is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Boy, just up the road, look at this view. There are all types of campgrounds along the river, and you can see no shortage of folks enjoying the beautiful scenery with their RVs just parked right on the river. And we're going to be in a I think a state or a federal campground. Doesn't cost you anything. You just pull in and park and set up camp. But that is just really, really beautiful. I am at historic Marble Creek, and the sign just beyond me, it says the Marble Creek Interpretive Center. And I thought, why not take a look? There's a lot of history in this neck of the woods. I think this is the neck of the woods. I don't know, it could be the shoulder, maybe the buttocks, I don't know. But look at this. Wow. Isn't that something? Getting the logs out. Historic Marble Creek. Wow, look at that. Isn't that something? This center tells the tales of the tough country and hard times for homesteaders and loggers in Marble Creek drainage from the turn of the century to the very present day. And I don't know if you can see that with the glare. Unfortunately, I don't. Well, maybe you can. Look at that. Those are some tough guys, I'm sure. They came to calm trees. Most homesteaders came to Marble Creek to claim a portion of the largest stand of mature white pines in the inland northwest. Wow. Then the big companies take over. Timber barons took advantage of the Homestead Act to acquire timberland, even resorting to hiring claim jumpers. A lot of history here. I don't know how well you can actually see this. There's a cabin. In 1900, the 93,000 acres in the Marble Creek drainage were entirely in federal ownership. In a few short years, the Marble Creek lands quickly passed into private hands. By 1914, the federal government retained only 30% of the drainage. Marble Creek's maverick, Fred Herrick, was over 50 years old when he arrived in St. Joe country in 1909. Boy, this really is a wonderful interpretive center. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I'm sure that Mr. Coles is waiting for me. But there's your typical logging camp. Bunkhouses, the barn, blacksmith and saw filler shop, married workers' cabins. Fantastic. Well, all right. On with the trip. This is great. This is really, really fantastic. You know, bless my dad's heart, rest his soul. He used to throw out 50-cent words all the time, and one of them was the word saunter. And that's what came to mind as I watched this angler just kind of sauntering down the St. Joe River in a little float. Will you look at that? How wonderful. He gave me a wave as well. That is absolutely beautiful. Just gorgeous. Folks, this is every bit as beautiful as I had hoped it would be. Wow. What a beautiful drive. I'm just sauntering my way up the river to camp. Oh, fantastic. Well, as you can see, I've made it to Avery, and Colin told me to stop here. There's a little grocery store, actually the Avery gift shop just over yonder, and I'm gonna do a separate little walk and talk through this little town. And if you're so inclined and you want to see a little bit more about Avery, you can just do a search on my channel for the Avery, Idaho walk and talk. But I am 58 miles from St. Regis, where I believe they've got famous huckleberries, and I'm 48 miles from St. Mary's, which is where I started. Well, I started this trip out of Coeur d'Alene, but that was a stopping point for me. So we're going to do a little walk and talk here, and then I'll get on with my trip. Heaven on earth. Look at that. There's a fisherman. His truck is parked just behind me, and he's fishing the waters there, such as I'll be doing here for the next better part of 3 days. Oh boy, this is beautiful. This is really, really something special. Just gorgeous. Ah, the river is not the only scenic view. Look at this. Look at these rocks on the well, I'm not sure what side of the road that would be, but the left-hand side of the road. And all along I've been driving, and the river, for the most part, has been on the right-hand side of the road. Wow. To think that this is gonna be my home for the next few nights. And that water is just crystal clear. And all the while that I'm driving along, looking down into the water, I can see fishermen, such as this gentleman down here, getting ready to do some fishing. Just wonderful. All right, boy. Talk about being out in the woods. You know, I'm driving along on this road here outside of Avery, and you know, I have no GPS, and I came to a fork in the road, if you will. You can see I came to a fork in the road, and as I recall, looking on my map while I still had a map, I recalled at a fork at the road you take a right, but then I see a sign up there, this is private land. So but it's beautiful. And you know what, the river actually goes this way. You can see the river going this way, and you know, as I look down at the river, there are no shortage of fish. There's fish all over the place. There's all types of fish in there. Holy cow. This is gonna be something. All right, if I can find them. I sure hope I can. Oh boy. I think I found it. And you know, my heart was in my throat. I should have been a little bit, yep, I found it. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at this. Here, here we are. I found the campground. And you know, it wouldn't surprise me if good old Colin, bless his heart, he wasn't worried about me. But there's the camp. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh boy. What an adventure. I was nervous. I really thought that I was gonna end up out in the forest somewhere and be mistaken for a bull moose or a bull elk. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, wow. There's a campfire right, or campground, site, I should say, right there. Wow. Look at this. There's Mr. Coles. Oh, he already set up. He's got everything all set up. Look at this. Wow, fantastic. Good day, mate. You were worried about me, I bet.
Yeah, what's the story? Mike and I waited for like an hour and a half.
Well, I got lost.
Tent up.
I got lost.
I told Mike, I said, I bet he didn't listen when I told him how to get here.
There's no markers, nothing.
Yeah, there is. Milepost 76, turn right, 1 mile.
You didn't say a milepost 76.
I did.
You
Several
did?
times. Milepost 76.
Where should I park?
You could back right in here if you want.
Now we got to take this tent down and put it back up so I can do the time. I can do the time lapse.
No.
We got to do the time lapse.
Yeah. Right.
Or you know what I could do? I could take a time lapse of us taking it down, and then I could just reverse it, and I would have it going up.
That'd work.
All right. Are the fish biting?
We caught like 16.
You have not.
Yeah. We went fishing while we were waiting for you.
All right. Well, let me. Where should I?
16. Mike caught like.
Where
8.
should I park?
Do you want to just back right in here?
All right. I want the sun, as much sun exposure as I can get.
You won't get sun in the morning. Yeah, you'll get sun all day until about 5.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let me get situated. Home sweet home. Well, home camp home, I should say. Look at this. What a beautiful. This is just absolutely fantastic. And we are remote. I mean, there's not even a hope of getting a single bar on a on a cell phone. In fact, the cell phones are turned off. And you look at Colin. He brought this tent, and he's got a wood stove in there to keep us warm in the evening. But interestingly enough, there was a whole stockpile of wood just right up the road at another campground that the Forest Service cut down. So here is the tent, and this would be Gary's. That's Gary's rig right there. And then over here you've got, Colin's got his trailer all set up, and Mike's got his trailer all set up. But what a nice boy, this is going to be wonderful. This is going to be one of those trips that you never forget. And then here's the river. Colin was saying that they actually went down and caught some fish already. Look at that.
No, we didn't catch any fish.
You didn't catch any fish?
We didn't do any fishing.
You were pulling my leg?
Yeah.
All right. There's Gary. Gary's making dinner tonight. He's making pot pie?
Chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie. Okay. Look at this. Wow. Look at this river. Boy, talk about a river runs through it. Isn't that something? So they were pulling my leg that they had actually caught some fish, but wow. Fantastic. This is really nice. It doesn't get much better than this, folks. It really doesn't. As a matter of fact, the fish just jumped. All right, so let's go see if dinner is ready. Gary is he's cooking up a storm here, and I think he's cooking up a Costco pot pie, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Look at
Put
this.
this on the table there, Thomas. You have many hands. You can use them all.
Okay,
Put that on the table.
put it on the table.
Come on back.
You got a Costco pot pie, huh?
That's right.
Say hi, Gary. This is Gary, everybody.
Hi, Gary.
Gary is he's the chef tonight. He's the host. He's the host with the most. But he's got a nice little. You got a nice little camper here. How old is this camper?
2005.
Wow, 17 years.
Yes.
And you bought it new?
No.
You bought it used. Wow. Oh, he's got all the comforts of home in here, and he's got an oven. Look at that. He's got the oven cooking up the pot pie. So, boy, folks, this is gonna be a wonderful, wonderful time. Really nice. Oh, goodness gracious. Just fantastic. Really, really nice.
He's got a video that's when he fished Silver Creek.
Oh yeah, the big one.
Like the big one, that big.
The big. You got to come up and do the trailing of the sheep.
Yeah, the trailing of the
and
sheep.
Silver Creek on October 5th.
All right.
You know?
Ollie and I are going to do that.
What I'm hoping is you got some extra stimulators for his
Oh
balls.
boy,
I got a dozen.
just fantastic. This is really, really nice.
Don't have waiters.
This is just fantastic.
We'll get him. I had to go to.
All right, dinner is served. Oh, this is an experience I'll never forget. We're having chicken. Gary made us some, oh boy, that looks good. That looks really good. Wow.
Say thank you,
Smells-
Costco.
Smells great.
Thank you, Costco. And you made this in your oven, in your camper. Isn't that something? Wow. We got lunch tomorrow. Huh?
Probably.
Fantastic. All right, let's dig in.